Well, our top story is an interview you won't see anywhere else this morning. Starting tomorrow, adults can legally buy marijuana here in New York.
The state's first adult recreational cannabis dispensary is expected to open for business tomorrow at 4:20 p.m. The Housing Works Cannabis Company is located on Broadway in Lower Manhattan. The new facility will be operated by Housing Works, a nonprofit known for serving homeless New Yorkers and people living with HIV and AIDS.
Now, some people are saying it's high time for the state to enter the marijuana business. Housing Works CEO Charles King joins us on Zoom with more on this long-anticipated opening. First off, good morning, Mr. King. Thank you so much for giving CBS 2 the first of many interviews you'll be doing today.
Good morning, Natalie. It's good to be with you.
Now, the first thing that we wanted to ask you is why do you think the state picked Housing Works as the first legal cannabis retailer?
So we have actually been pursuing this license to retail cannabis for the last 3 years. We first started talking with the Cuomo administration when legalization of cannabis was first being proposed. We serve overwhelmingly a population that has been criminalized by the war on drugs, and we felt that it was appropriate for us to be able to not only to sell cannabis, but to use that as an opportunity to hire and employ people who've been just as involved due to use and possession of cannabis, as well as to use the proceeds to ameliorate the circumstances created by the war on drugs.
And yeah, I was just going to ask you that, Mr. King. How are the dispensaries reversing some of the damage that supporters of legal recreational marijuana have seen?
Sure. So, and please call me Charles. First of all, just decriminalizing the fact that people will no longer be arrested and locked up for possession and sale of marijuana is a huge step forward. But for us, not only are we putting a preference in hiring to people who've been criminalized, but we are also implementing training programs to help people move up in the industry and even to secure their own cannabis licenses, so that instead of being a source of criminalization, it becomes a career opportunity for folk.
And can we backtrack a little bit to the process, the customer experience? What can people buy tomorrow? Will there be any restrictions?
Sure. So we hope by the end of February to have a whole lot more brands in the store. Tomorrow we will have 6 brands and 75 to 100 different types of cannabis, everything from wrapped to pre-wrapped flower to edibles, just a full array at different price points. Ultimately, we tend to have 10 cash wraps. So tomorrow we expect a very long line down the block, but after that we'll be able to serve people pretty expeditiously. And we also intend an intense education program. So if you're naive to cannabis, you've never purchased it before, if you come into our store, we'll be able to educate you and help you identify exactly the product that will address what you're hoping to get out of use.
And Mr. King, what do you say? There are a lot of people who don't think this is all a good idea for the state. What do you say to them?
Well, so first of all, cannabis is being sold all over the state already. The fact of the matter is, right now, there's no control over the quality of the cannabis, so people are purchasing adulterated product. There's no controls over age, so minors are able to purchase. And also, currently, cannabis sellers aren't paying taxes. We'll be paying taxes to the city, to the state, and to the federal government. So legalizing cannabis and bringing in a regulated market is a way to improve the system overall for everyone.
And we have done many reports on the unlicensed vendors selling cannabis around the city, the gray market. Are you concerned about this illegal competition?
We have been assured by both the Office of Cannabis Management and the mayor's office that as legal stores come online, we will see a significant crackdown on the illegal operations. We don't want to see people incarcerated, but we do want to see these operations put out of business so that the legal market can thrive.
And will your operation, it opens tomorrow at 4:20 p.m., open 7 days a week? What are the hours and when?
We will be open 7 days a week, initially 11 to 11 most days, 11 to 7 on Sundays. We'll have expanded hours once we have the store fully running. We intend to be operating about 78 hours a week.
All right, Charles King, thank you so much, CEO of Housing Works. We appreciate your time this morning, sir.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
And Housing Works Cannabis Company opens tomorrow, as we mentioned, at 4:20 p.m. The dispensary is located at 750 Broadway in Lower Manhattan. For more information, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.